What's up, daughters of Zion? I really hope that you are doing awesome and our good God has taken care of you. It's yet a beautiful moment. God has brought me here. If you are watching this, know that you're blessed and that God is going to speak to you today. So if you are new here, feel at home. We do love visitors. That I can assure you, we do love visitors. And if you're returning back, thank you for your love. Thank you for your love. And if you haven't subscribed, kindly do hit that subscription button. Hit that subscription button. We are road to 500, guys. So today I don't have much. I have come to echo words that a man of God spoke and really delivered me. You know, every time we talk about the identity of God, I never knew that not knowing my identity, it's tied to lies that I have allowed myself to believe in, and I have defined myself according to those lies. I have lived with fear because of the lies that I have had. You know, like the lies of the enemy have isolated many. They have destroyed many destiny. They have destroyed many gifts because we had chose to listen to the enemy. And this man was talking about identity, but was talking about it in a very different and deep level. So we all know that the enemy is God's enemy. The enemy is God's enemy. His work is to remove us from God. He brings distraction, he brings lies, frustration, and pain in our lives. He tries his level best so that we may not know even who we are in God. But then that's his agenda. And many people are trapped in this, starting with me. But I'm delivered. That's why I've said this is a sermon that really delivered me. This man spoke words that really stood out for me. He said, every person who listens to a liar, believes the lie and spreads the lie. You are also a liar. First, I had to repent and ask God, oh my goodness, I have been the greatest liar because I have believed in a lie and I have defined my life depending on that lie. I have been trapped. I have went backwards. I have isolated myself because of a lie I had, and I never came back to you to ask you if that's exactly what you wanted for my life. And he said that most people don't know God. They do not know. They are born again, but they do not know their Father. They are living with people's experiences about God. Do you know many people hate God or shy away from God because of the things they have heard about God from other people? Imagine, I was once a victim of that. I used to think that God hates me so much, and I believed that lie, and I lived that lie. And I never went back to ask God, like, whatever I hear about you, is this how you speak? Is this how you correct? Because I slowly ask you, do you know God? What would be your answer? And how well do you know him? Do you know his voice? Do you know how he speaks? How does he speak to you? I know how God speaks to me. Do you know how he speaks to you? It's easy. You know, like we think that sometimes the voice of God is very complicated. His only begotten Son to come here on earth so that he may die for you. Yet, a person will come and tell you that God hates you, and you believe that lie. Maybe because you sin. If you sin, let it be between you and God. Let your sin be known to him or a person who you trust, a person who can hold your hand and walk with you. But don't live with the guilt. Don't live with the gift of that maybe God does not love you. Kindly, it's a call, the call that we may know who our Father is, that we will choose to read the Bible for ourselves. We will choose to seek God for ourselves. One thing I told myself, and I have spoken about this that I didn't know God for myself. I didn't have any encounters with God. I used to believe in a God that I was introduced to. I knew the God of other people. I relied on their testimonies of how they overcame. And if these people shied away from God, it used to hurt me until I decided myself that I want to know God for myself. It wasn't an easy thing. If I come and share my experience with you, it might deliver you, it might be help you, but it might not be the solution to your problem. Maybe what worked for me, it's not what will work for you. That is something that so many people don't know. I will come and tell you, I sang this song, I prayed these prayers, and this prayer had worked for me. But they might not work for you because they worked for another person. They might not work for you. And I tell people, go to the closet, lock in, and ask God, my situation, it's similar to so and so. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? And God will maybe give you a different answer from what you are thinking. We do not want to seek God for ourselves. We do not want to know Him for ourselves. We want God to be introduced to us. And that's why the enemy can easily lie to you, can easily make you go through pain, because he knows that you do not know your Father. You're not even maybe 5% of knowing Him. I cannot stand and say that I know God. Even right now, I can hear a voice and I have to ask Him, God, is this voice coming from you? If you know your Father, there are things that you can never do. Not only listening. Imagine, it's deep. Like, knowing your Father is not about listening to only what He says. It's even doing what He wants you to do, to be where He wants you to be. Are you willing to leave everything? If you know your Father, you'll be like Abraham. God appears to tell you, just move, without even knowing where you are going. You pack everything, you talk to your wife, and you start going. Obedience comes when you know the voice of the Father. Love comes when you know your Father. That's another thing. You cannot dwell in God's love. You cannot, that word cannot be a living thing for you if you don't know who your Father is. Because sometimes maybe you have a different perspective about God, and that's why it's hard for you to know Him. How do you know God? Who is He? What can He do? How does He speak? If you can answer those questions well, then it can be easy for you to know that you know your Father. But if you don't know who He is, how He speaks, and His will. So, as we have said, number one, you will start by knowing His voice. And when you know His voice, you will understand how He speaks. Right? Number two, it will be so easier for you to obey Him. If He tells you, I want you to move from here and leave, that's exactly what you're going to do. You will not even think twice. You just get out of the door and go. Number three, nobody can be able to deceive you, because already you know Him. You know how He does His things. If there's one thing I really desire, is to have a relationship with God, that God may even reveal things to me. You see, like how He told Abraham that he was talking to him, like in himself, and he was saying, now I'm about to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. Will I hide it from my servant Abraham, that God may consider sharing with me what He wants to do? And that can only come by remaining in Him, because you cannot remain in Him if you do not know Him. You see, this bestie of yours, you cannot sleep without calling and saying hi to. Why can't we also make it a habit of talking to our bestie in heaven, praying, reading the Bible, and have quality time with Him, that He knows that God, that, oh, my daughter comes to check on me every day. And that is where he will even show you his purpose over your life and his will over his life. That is where he will align you, and that is where he will direct.